Hello and welcome to another edition of Droppin' Baums. With me, your host, Corey Baumeister, as always with the lovely folks here at TCGplayer.com, bringing you the best in trading card needs. So today we are giving a shot a Mardu Angels list, something that hasn't been really on the metagame right now. I thought it would be a nice fun break before we get going on the Pro Tour starting tomorrow when this article is released. But not to say that this deck is only fun. It absolutely destroys creature strategies. Has a little bit of problems with Esper, which can be rough. You know, Esper Control is something that is seeing a bit of rise. And Nexus is also going to be a little bit tricky. So it is a metagame call deck. But if you're expecting creatures, Lyra will have the answers to them. We played 5 great matches, everybody. You can have the stamps below if you want to fast forward to any of them. Fast forward to the deck tech at the end if you want to see a little bit about the deck first. I didn't give any spoilers or anything like that, so you can check that out. Also, go check out TCGplayer.com, where I have a short write-up along with a sideboard guide there. I hope you all enjoy the games. Right, and welcome to the games. All right, we're lucky enough to go first with this spicy brew. Is that a good start? Should we snap keep this and hope for the best? We're going to mulligan. This hand looks fine, though. I wanted to play Mardu colors for quite a while. I just don't know how good they are. I absolutely was in love with Mardu vehicles in the last format. But yeah, the Mardu combination hasn't gotten too much love so far. But it's about time that it does. I think we want lands. That sounds good. I'm gonna probably lead with Tithe Taker here. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think it's Tithe. I've been saying Tith on stream and I've been getting corrected. I just call it TT from now on just to avoid that. Okay. Pretty good. Alright, we'll play the TT. Mono blue can be a tricky matchup, but we do have just tons of removal post-board as well, along with a decent chunk of it pre-board. Now we're just always hoping that they don't have this Curious Obsession draw. They always have the Curious Obsession draw, though. Let's get real. I think that Curious Obsession just dealt this damage. Okay. So our opponent's just saying if you have removal, you got it, but we do not. Do kind of want to just spectacle this later on, so maybe I'm just going to play the Dire Fleet even though it does nothing right now. No, it's just aggressive. We'll put this into play tapped. We'll say go. Aurelia is pretty damn good next turn, though. It's a tough creature to deal with. Opt? Ah, too soon. Why didn't you opt? Last turn. Now with this, we kind of have protection from Aurelia, which is quite nice. Our opponent could have Merfolk Trickster, though, which is annoying. Looks like they're not going to care about that. Yeah, this card definitely stops their control magic plan quite well. Alright, Lava Coil as well to just take this down if we need. But I think I'd rather just see if they want to deal with this first. Alright, so Vigilance over here. Or First Strike here. They actually both are... I guess this doesn't have Vigilance, but we're not going to be blocking with it. So we don't want to incentivize their blocks, even though we are okay with them blocking. So we're still going to attack. Okay, at least we get a flyer out of this deal. Another way to block Storm Tamer. Alright, only 2 instants or sorceries right now, so we're not too afraid. Trickster's kind of annoying. I think I'm probably just going to block this Terramander. Let him have a card. I would rather actually kill something than care about chump blocking just so they don't draw one extra card. Alright. Gonna move to attackers here. We want to target Aurelia just because we want to attack with it, but another Trickster here is kind of annoying, but then we'll just Storm Tamer this. Mentor. Kind of forgot that card is Mentor. Sure. That's okay. Now we get to kill the Storm Tamer. Lava Coil this. Whenever it enters the battlefield, discard a card, then draw a card. Do we have to? I guess we do have to, huh? Well, I don't really want to, but... Well, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. We're willing to block here. Yeah, that was going to be pretty rough from there. The point of having giant flyers against mono blue seems quite rough for them. All right. We're going to do this. Clarion could be pretty good as well. Let's check it out. We might end up taking it out. Now, what don't we like? I don't like a Johnny. Too much evasion. Dire Fleets don't seem great. They don't really cast a lot of spells these days. You might get lucky and get an opt. Especially if we are bringing in Clarion. Clarion doesn't deal with everything, though, so it's not insanely great. Alright, we'll go like this. This deck does seem like it beats creatures quite easily, but Control, Nexus, I foresee very, very serious problems against them, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They got some annoying 2-mana creatures that seem to help quite a bit. Your opponent goes first, huh? Definitely awkward with our mana base. Still think I'm going to keep. It's a little risky, but more than likely we can cast a removal spell on 3, and if we're lucky we get to cast this on 2, and then it's just great. If we draw planes in the top 2 cards, or a white source in the top 2 cards, it's just a great hand. Okay, perfect. So we're going to play that first. And we're just going to drop flyer after flyer after flyer after flyer. So we do need another white source at some point here. We're going to give this a shot, even though more than likely it's getting countered. Yep. We'll see what our opponent plays. Very likely to just try to want to kill stuff. Just gonna pay 2 life and say go. I'll probably try to kill this during their end step. Just in case they play something else. It's kind of a bummer. Alright, we'll try to kill that. Even though it's not going to work with this, we're still going to get both creatures if we do top deck. Oh, never mind. Well, just have to kill it now. Hope to top deck a land so we can cast any spell. Our hand is great with the land. Just about any land, because we could play these two in back-to-back turns. Or like a Clarion would be okay. Another opt. Another opt. Okay. Land, land, land. Ugh. This only kills the small one if we're lucky. Still a pretty slow clock though, so we're not you know, we're not dead quite yet, but don't want to give our opponent a huge tempo swing, but like I said, we haven't had much of a choice here. We did keep a low land hand, you know, so it is a little bit on us, but I still feel like we've drawn a little below expectations. So now we really need a land just to play this and hope it's good. But, I mean, there's so many cards that just leave us absolutely stone dead. Well, alright. This doesn't leave us dead, but pretty close. Seven. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we were dead even if we drew. So our opponent could have trickstered it. Alright. On the play, I think we're going to bring these back in. They still seem okay. Clarion doesn't seem that good. But it does seem okay. I think 2 Lyra is okay. We'll go like this. Even casting Daredevil with an opt is pretty strong. We just want some lands. Play first, please. Alright, we got lands. They're kind of awkward, but we have them. Ooh, unfortunately our opponent is mulliganing into the Abyss, but if one deck can come from behind, it is mono blue and their annoying 1 mana enchantments. If we can get these scales going and just start lifelinking them, I think we'd be set. Lifelink with Clarion or just Vigilance seems quite good as well. Alright, we're hoping they opt and we draw a land. If they don't play an opt and we don't draw a land where we can actually opt, I don't know if I'm actually going to cast Dire Fleet. It's all contextual to what our opponent actually does, but we'll see. Okay, we did get a land. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth it to just play a 2/2 right now. I'd rather get some value later. Even if they go Trickster here, you know, it's just okay. No play. Terramander. Alright, well. Kind of like just playing this and seeing what they do. So they might just counter this. It's a scary card. Merfolk Trickster, huh? Okay. We'll play it. Might as well start getting our creatures down. Here we go. Alright, so our opponent could easily have a counterspell for this. We're gonna get on in there. I think we're okay with this exchange. And we're just gonna try to resolve one. If they have the counterspell, it only becomes a 3/3. Ooh. Alright, now it's just going to be Clarion time. Definitely Clarion time now. I think our opponent already played a land. At least let's hope so. I guess land dive down is the only thing that's scary. Spell Pierce doesn't do it. Oh, okay, our opponent's just giving it to us. Nice. Boom. Won't be doing that spectacle today. We'll just kill everything. That sounds good. We'll enter this tapped. We'll try to get the scales going first and then try to draw some cards off this. Yay. Play this. Coolest animation in the set. Boom! Yeah, writing's on the wall there. Once we have a creature that's not gonna die, as long as we don't draw just literally anything, as long as we don't draw just literally all lands, and they'd have to find a good answer, like, that card bricks pretty much their entire deck here, so I think Mono Blue would be a pretty good matchup, but we're gonna find out in the rest of our 4 matches. Stay tuned. Round 2 time. Okay, yeah, can't really keep this. One lander is not very good. We can keep this, though. 4-mana Angel. And we are an Angel deck, right? Like, we're supposed to be keeping this card. Alright, we'll give it a shot. I do like the interaction with the Johnny and all our 2-drops. Our 2-drops are really good. Alright, we'll play this. Alright, Esper Control, I think we are going to... Oh, Esper Midrange is possible, but... Yeah, Esper Control, I think we were just going to get absolutely slaughtered. Alright, we're going to play this. And discard one of these. Not bad. Would like a spell to play next turn. That would be pretty good. Oh, no. Alright, we would love a removal spell next turn. To stop that from happening. Oh, thank you. That was good. Alright, we'll just kill that right away. I do not like thieves. They steal games. They steal all the games. Now we got some good options. I mean, it's definitely probably just going to be Sephra at the scales, but which one to play is a good option. Ajani's not quite good yet because all it is +1/+1 to that. We don't have any creatures to return. If we block, then maybe it becomes better because we can block and then bring something back, but yeah. Still probably not going to be the play. Just because Seraph of the Scales is much better right now. just get that going. It's so fancy. It's a fairy. Don't love that card. That's pretty good against us right now. Yikes. Well, we'll recast it. Hope they don't have a contempt or something. I think we're just dead.
No time for a break.
Fairy is a good card. A good card indeed. Oh my. Our opponent's doing it. Our opponent is doing it. We gotta find a removal. Yeah, we're just dead next turn all of a sudden. Alright. Didn't stand a chance. Well, Ajani seems pretty bad in this matchup. They tempo us out too much. They don't actually kill a lot of our creatures. Okay. So, let's get Ajani out of there. I like all of our 2-drops. I like our removal. I think I could be interested in a little bit more removal. Ingrath could be pretty good. On the draw, I think Clarion is better. Maybe it's still good enough. It's probably still good enough. Lyra doesn't seem great. We can probably go without Clarion. On the draw, I think we'll bring it in, but on the play, we should be able to manage their creatures. A hero going super wide can be a problem, so we do got to keep that card in check pretty early. And we don't have Clarions to fall back on to be able to just use some form of mass removal later, so we got to keep that in mind. I think this hand is fine, actually. This card being able to cycle something is pretty good. Does need a little bit of help, but with this card, we do have quite a few draw steps here. And we get to get rid of a redundant Lyra, which is nice. Alright, pay 2. Discard Lyra. It's not great. We definitely prefer that they play a creature instead of a Thought Erasure here. Perfect. Land? Alright. We're in business. Kill this. Now we just need a white on top, and we got a decent little turn next turn. Got the answer for the thief this turn if they do decide to go down that route. It's pretty good. They probably have to take Aurelia. I mean, depending on their hand, but they probably have to take this just in case. Lyra doesn't seem very good in here. We probably should have taken that out. Yeah, I bet this is a pretty tough matchup. We really beat the linear strategies. Ooh, hello. Aurelia! We needed that. Our opponent left us with the high rewarded play of being able to draw planes, so this is the best removal spell, but We were okay with that. Now they have to deal with Aurelia, so it's kind of a time walk for them. Shouldn't say a time walk because... Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we'll just pump Aurelia and attack with both. So we do get to mentor. And we could... Shiv and fire it, but I don't think that seems very good. Hiya, hiya. Now we get to drop a Lyra. Our draws were very fortunate these last few draw steps. Taking it. What you know about Lyra? Angels, angels, angels. I should have played that pre-combat. What am I thinking? Forgot that this pumps it and gives it lifelink. Okay. Well, that seems pretty good. Thought of erasuring them. We'll see what they do here in combat. I think we're gonna stop at combat. Oh, I guess it's not going to give us the chance. Okay. Mortify. Okay. Afterlife resolves. Now they're going to take 4. And now we're just going to play this and, I think I just want to Thought Erasure them, actually. Just make sure they don't have a Lyra. Neither of those cards scare me. And we'll put this in the graveyard. Neither of those cards scare me. Should be going to game 3 here, but if they top deck a Lyra or something, it's anybody's game. Okay. Some other 3-drop. Okay. Alright, we'll kill one of those. So now they just have to triple chump. And now they're dead. Boom! Yeah, triple chump was not getting him anywhere. Really didn't even need that top deck. Okay. Ready for game 3. No. On the draw, I think it could be reasonable. Maybe this card is just not good enough. Probably not. A couple Clarion seems okay. I don't know. I think we want some payoff in the deck. I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep Angrath. Stealing a Thief of Sanity with Angrath sounds pretty sweet. So I think it's worth a shot. Alright, gonna be on the draw. This hand is fine. We would have had a Clarion though, so we'll see how this is compared to that. I want to take the 2, but it's so obvious then, and then they're going to make a different play. So we'll just enter this tapped. Maybe next turn we just Shiv and Fire if they play Hero. Okay. Alright, now we're definitely playing this. Thing is what to discard. I think we're going to discard one of these. Double black makes it pretty tough to cast. Our hand is bad. At least we can kill that. We want a top deck. Ugh. I don't think we can risk letting them connect. The higher risk play would be doing this first, hoping to draw a red source and then Shiv and Fire it, but it's so risky if it doesn't work. Karn. Oh, that's pretty good right now. You can have this land. Alright. Now we're cooking. I think we're okay with just this. Want to get rid of Karn here. Now next turn we can attack it for 6 if we top deck a land for Aurelia. Give him another duel here. The scales have been tipped. Ooh, that was good. That was a good draw. Get that out of there. Hiya! I almost want to give him the cast down. Yeah, I'm going to give him the cast down. It doesn't do much right now. I'd rather them not see my hand. How bad it is. Hostage taker. That's not cool. Alright, we're probably dead. We are dead. Couldn't miss that many land drops, unfortunately. I think we had a shot at this matchup if we drew better. It didn't seem terrible. No blocks. The scales have been tipped. Right on time. Ugh. Guess we just have to Aurelia. Well, attacking at both, I think this does guarantee that Aurelia dies here. Or, I mean, that Karn dies, even though we're throwing away some value, so that's not terrible. The Planeswalker will be gone. Our opponent gets a free block, though. we get Scales off the field and Karn. They get 2 tokens. So they're definitely miles ahead, but we needed to get that Karn engine off. Another one. Well, I think we'll attack here. See what our opponent does. Damage. Now we'll kill it. Get some more tokens. They take 4. Now if they don't have an answer to a legendary creature here, like a hostage taker or something, then it's just game. We just cannot possibly win. But if we draw land and they don't have an answer for it, gaining 5 life a turn here, I mean, I think we'll win if this Lyra goes. Yeah, I think we'll just block here. Gonna need to gain some life soon. Alright, another Aurelia. For sure not what we wanted. Little insurance in case it does die, though. Hiya. Alright, we got this. It's probably gonna die to this cast down that they've been hanging on to for a while. But then it'll bring another blocker at least. That's gonna get our Lyra. I think it might be something okay though. So we'll go like here again. I think we'll block here this time. Get our token. Alright, at least we got the block. Okay, Angrath. Alright, we're gonna take 2. We're gonna try it. Could just be dead here. Dang. If we attack like this, our opponent dies next turn. And we go to 1. Or we hold it back. I think we hold it back. That's not that big of a deal. That's a bit of a bigger deal. Dang it. Have to block here. So we need a Lyra and we're still probably dead. Yep, that's game. Well, there were so many turns if we drew a land for that Lyra we were going to win. So I don't feel like this is an insanely bad matchup. And, you know, I mean, right there was a board position where I wish we had Clarion. So we could have just sideboarded badly. Bummer. Okay, well, anyways, round 3 coming up. Round 3 time. Let's do it. Oh, this hand looks perfect. This hand is absolutely perfect. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see what's up. green, so we probably aren't going to have great targets with Daredevil. But you never know. I mean, we could just march. Could march him. That would be sweet. Oh, this could just be... This is probably a gate deck, yeah. Yeah, then that's going to be bad. This is probably going to be a bad matchup then. We should just play it. Our removal is going to do nothing. Our creatures are pretty big, though, so... Well, just kidding. Our removal is going to do everything. Okay. Enters tapped. Lava Coil this. Boom. Get out of here, Ram. And now top deck one land to be able to cast these angels. If it's the creature heavy version, then I mean, you know, then our hand's still pretty fine. Lame. Not what we wanted there. Or Planeswalker. This card does kill a lot. Does not kill a Guild Summit. And a Guild Summit is a great card right now. These scales are pretty good against Gates of Blazing, though, so I'm not feeling too terrible. Still would probably play Aurelia. Oh, yeah. Still think I'd probably play Aurelia to start because our opponent can only Gates Ablaze for 4 at max next turn. Plus we get to get in with some extra damage. Booyah. It's a quick clock. Quick clock for sure. This deck can definitely do some wild stuff, but it can be rather inconsistent. Okay, now we're going to be playing Scales because they can Gates Ablaze pretty much anything here. Going to have to discard a card, it looks like. They might just be dead. 4, 5, 6, 7. No. No. This. Attack. Mentor. First strike. Damage. Play an Afterlife creature, something that the Gates deck isn't a huge fan of. Something like, you know, Gateway Angel, though, is quite brutal. Gates Ablazing. Boom. Get some creatures left over. Hope they don't have another one, I guess. Okay. Gate Colossus. Alright, well, I think we just want to play another one of these. And attack. We're trying to avoid the angels. There's a lot of bad draws for us. So, Gates Ablaze doesn't kill their Colossus right now, which is obnoxious. Circuitous route to draw some cards. Hopefully not find any Archangels. That draws a lot of cards. Now Gates Ablazing, if they have to cast it, it does kill their Colossus. Don't love that. No blocks. Don't think we can win from here then. We can kill this. Give this vigilance. Yep, they've just, we're so many turns away from winning now. We're just dead. But we have some good sideboard cards. We have a lot of bad cards in the main deck for this matchup, so should get much better post-board. Yep. If our opponent shows us anything relevant, we'll just concede. Another Angel, for instance, would be too far out of reach. Even that. Oh, wow. Yeah. You got it. You got it. What a silly deck. Okay, Duress. Angrath is great. Midnight Reapers, I'm a fan. No Lava Coils. No... I don't think we want Bedevils. Direfleet Daredevil is pretty bad. Our 2-drops are all pretty bad. We do gotta have a way to deal with some creatures here. I don't think we want a lot of them. I think this just seems fine. Alright. Just in case they have some creatures here. Alright, this game should be better for us. I would love to play first. Okay. We're gonna keep. I love Aurelia in this metagame right now. It's just so good. Opponent's on the mulligan here. Alright, we're going to enter this tapped. It's not the greatest 2-drop by any means, but it is some way to start clocking them. And we can't just go without any 2-drops. Doesn't seem like a good plan. Unfortunately, we don't really have any ways to interact with their enchantments besides stripping it from their hand, which is not the best. But we like all the planeswalkers. They're pretty good. Anything that survives Wrath. That's kind of why I like this too. It somewhat has some value after a Gates Ablazing. Alrighty. Go like this. Cast an Aurelia. We have drawn enough lands. Our opener was these 3 spells. Alright. Nice 4 points there. And Lyra next turn makes for a nice little chunk. Pretty far off from Gates Ablazing actually being good at all. A Guild Summit here is probably what we don't want to see the most. Drawing 2 cards. A Divination with an upside. And there it is. Yep. Our opponent is still pretty far away from taking over this game, though. Alright, we'll pay 2 life, get a Lyra in play. Pump Aurelia. Attacks. Alright, and that's lethal next turn unless they do something. Yeah, we did pretty much nothing this game, and it's pretty hard for us to lose, I think. All their lands just come into play tapped. Yeah, it's just it's a tricky spot. Alright. An angel, maybe? Their own angel? Which would not be that big of a deal. It would gain 4 life. And we could put an angel into play as well. Krasis. Also not that big of a deal. I think they're still probably dead. Well, I want to do this now to see their hand, what kind of information we can gain. A lot of creatures. We'll get this out of there. Now, we're going to pump our creature and attack for exactly his 9. Hooray! 9 ya. So our opponent is playing creatures, trying to go more creatures. That doesn't seem like the bestest of plans to me. But, I mean, it kind of comes down to what can they really do, like they have to. Alright, I like everything the same. Yeah, these are the cards I like the least, so it's pretty easy one there. Our duresses are worse because they're bringing in so many creatures, but I think that's worth the problem there. I think this is reasonable. Not too shabby. We'll be able to cast that, or just discard it if we're feeling it's not going to be great. Alright, I think we'll discard one of these scales. Wish we would have discarded a Johnny. I mean, they're both kind of not great when they're redundant. Wish I could destroy that. If we had Mortify. Alright, we'll attack. Kind of hope they play any creature next turn, and then also want to get a draw. Or draw a land. Otherwise, I think if we don't draw a land, I'm pretty sure we're just dead. Because it's just, this deck snowballs so fast. Maybe they don't have a land, though. Ooh, okay, we got a shot. Oh, yeah, now we got a great shot. Alright, pay 2 life. We'll get Aurelia down. Boom. Go, go, Angels! Da-na-na-na-na-na. We'll be taking advantage of their stumble. Yeah, they might just be dead if they don't have a land now. Okay, so they can Gates Ablaze for 3. We're just going to get a Johnny going to get everything out of range. Keep ticking them up to race their land count. Ram. Okay, well, we can a Johnny through that now. I guess we do have to pump with Aurelia on this. Well, that's okay. Our opponent gets a free ram attack to Johnny, but we have another one, so we don't care too much. Okay. Just gonna let it die. Now we can bring that back, which would be kind of cool. If we don't want to just keep ticking up. The emblem is okay. It's nothing special. It's not that great in this situation. Crisis. Another one. Yeah, I think we'll bring that back now. Get rid of one of these Johnnies. Okay, duress, huh? So I don't have lethal by any means, so I think we're just going to play the scales. Should be sitting quite well this game. Alright, take 3. Boom. Let's tip the scales. Alright, this is pretty sweet. Just such powerful, powerful spells. My brother played a deck similar to this when he took second at GP New Jersey. Just powerful red and white mythics just doing work. And that's really what this feels like. It's just very strong cards. And they're saying, deal with it. That's game. Alright. Alright. We're doing it. We're doing it, everybody. Alright, stick around for round 4. Let's see if we can keep this winning streak going. Round 4 time with this sweet deck. Our opponent's going first, and our hand is nice. Once again, we have the tap land problem here, but that is okay. We can do this slow and steady. If it's control, this hand is bad, but I'm very afraid of control. Yikes. Please be mid-range. Mid-range is a lot easier, or at least we have hope. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, well, I think we'll just get this going. Although it is kind of good later, but I still think the card advantage later is probably better. I mean, all of our threats are kind of must-answer threats, so that does make things a little bit easier. Alright, we'll try a TT. Yep. Now if we can ever stick a Johnny, that's going to be pretty good to just bring that back. Looks like they're digging for the lands. Alright. Alright, we'll try Aurelia. Probably just a Contempt since that got to resolve so easily. Or Mortify. Hiya! Teferi. We're not a fan of that. This matchup is just going to be horrendous. Post sideboard with hand disruption and stuff, maybe we can maneuver our way, but it's not going to be easy. Planeswalkers are tough for him, so maybe this this will be okay.
Time for plan B.
All right, we'll try an Ajani. Ew. I guess we have to play this, discarding a Lava Coil. Hope for the best to try to kill Teferi, but yuck, that's flipped already.
We need to move quickly.
It's already basically unwinnable. Kind of exactly what I figured would happen in this matchup. Can't really depend on the taker alone. Alright. I'm a Craving. We can still, as of now, kill Teferi next turn. Could just put this on top, but yeah, step 1, we need to kill Teferi, and then we have to somehow figure out how to, alright. Our opponent is just casually flexing on us. Alright, we can't possibly win now. This Kanta plus Teferi going is it's impossible. Especially with how much dead removal we have. Alright, so we want Midnight Reaper, Duress, Angrath. We don't want Lava Coil. Don't really even want a Lyra. Lyra's pretty bad. Johnny's pretty good. Bedevil's okay. We do want to have some answers for Teferi, but we don't want to overload on that effect. I think this is probably the configuration we want. So they don't have any other things that matter. Okay. I have a little more faith on the play and having Midnight Reapers. It's just our deck really doesn't have 3s. So, you know, you're either playing 2-drop into another 2-drop and then a 4-drop. Or, you know, now we can at least hedge a little bit. But, yikes. Got to mulligan that. 2 Bedevils in our opener. There are only 2. Alright, we'll keep that. We'll keep that. That's pretty good. Play the Taker. Taker's pretty strong. Okay. Cast down. Yeah, it makes our opponent doing it on their turn, though, which is kind of cool. Just gonna play this to get the beats going. And I guess that does exile it, so that's kind of cool. 1 less card for Search for Azcanta. Alright, that's not an Absorb. I don't want to walk into Kaya's Wrath by playing Aurelia, so we're just going to attack with these. And hope this resolves. Hooray! Yep, they didn't have Absorb mana, so it was definitely worth going for. Still good. Now if they have another one, then we're probably just dead. Maybe not. All the cool animations. This deck was made to have cool animations, that's for sure. Not another one. That's okay. If we pump here, we attack for 2. 5, 6, 7. Alright, we can pump this. Can attack with these. Mentor this. End the turn. Hope for the best. Yeah, even now with Kaya's Wrath, and we are quite toast. Yep, that's no big deal. I think we got this game. Boom! Alright. Game 3. In a very bad matchup, I would assume. I like the configuration. This deck really is not hard to sideboard. You really have to bring in the cards you're bringing in, and there's not too many decision points. You have certain cards that are good for matchup and certain cards that are really bad, and they're quite obvious, actually, so it's going to be a nice sideboard guide to build. Ooh, this is good. Being able to duress on 2 and maybe get a Search for Azcanta is really nice. Alright, so we'll pay 2 life, slap a duress their way. Probably the Contempt. Right? Like, we can beat Teferi. But maybe it just should be Teferi. Nah, we'll get the Contempt. We need some action. Midnight Reaper off the top would be great. That's not bad. Enter this tapped. Has to insight now if they want to, which is nice. Okay. Ooh, that could be good later. Contempt the Teferi. I think we're just gonna get the scales going. Alright. Here comes Teferi to wreck the day. We do get to just kill it though, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Teferi's a bit of a scary card to play here. If they have cast down, it's much better.
Hurry.
We're gonna go for it. Attack here. Attack here. Your turn. Now we have a Daredevil. We can contempt something next turn. Ooh. Okay. I do want to get that insight. That would be nice. Maybe we should just play all our creatures here. Probably better. Draw 3 cards. Play this. Get rid of something. Kaya's Wrath. Cast this for its Spectacle. Draw 3 cards. Pretty good. Not good cards though, holy. Oh, some bad draws. Wow. Horrendous draws. Horrendous, actually. We should be sitting good with how that how these exchange have went, because we have a nice free turn there, but no such luck. Yuck. Now we probably just go for our opponent's face. Since we can't kill Teferi and we can't draw anything, we're just going for the dome.
We need to move quickly.
And that's gonna be game. Maybe an Angrath here and we might stand a chance. Oh, man. We drew a lot of lands. Yep. Now we're going to be losing control. It's already lost.
Hold that thought.
Our opponent was sweating after we drew 3 cards. Little did they know we drew absolutely nothing. We'll see what our draw is and if it gets countered. 3 top. Yep. All the lands. You can't be too afraid of that one. See what you got. We're dead. I'll be conceding. Bummer. Yeah, I mean, that is a bad matchup, but it definitely didn't feel like it after we cast that spectacle card for getting 3 fresh cards. Pretty unfortunate that we drew so poorly there, but this deck doesn't have a real way to mediate flood, so these things are kind of going to happen sometimes. So stay tuned for our last round. Let's see if we can get a 3-2 out of the deal. All right, welcome to our 5th and final round, everybody. There's been things I like about this deck. There's been some things that I haven't liked. I knew it was going to be bad against control, and last round we really, got to see how bad it was. Once we lose control of the game, even a little bit, it's just over. It's so over. If they stumble, we can take advantage. But, yeah, it was pretty bad. So let's see this 5th round here, see if we can pull out a W. Okay, this sounds great. This sounds great. I'm a fan. All right, turn 3 is Johnny. Maybe even we discard one of these. We'll see what we draw. Probably our first play is going to be the TT. Ember Dust. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Enter this tapped. This card really does give you a chance in the control matchups. It's really good. Again? Alright, well, we'll play our best card for the matchup. Direfleet Daredevil's pretty good when you return it with a Johnny, so we're probably going to play this and discard this. And then a Johnny on turn 4, and then probably Spectacle this is kind of the sequence I would like to do. Search. Okay, control again, which is obnoxious, but what can you do? So we'll cast this. We want to keep our land. Perfect. Enter tapped. Now we can't get absorbed next turn. So Ajani likely to resolve here. Put 2 counters on these. Attack. That'd be great. That'd be great. Menakaya's Wrath is a little annoying, but not terrible. But I like that this card kind of forces Esper to play on their main phase a little bit more. I don't like this, because this could still be negate or syncopate. I don't think we're playing a game where we're trying to not go for it here. Lame. Lame, lame, lame. Get on in there, then. We'll be able to draw some cards and stuff. It's okay. Our Kai's Wrath is still pretty good. Ooh. That is good. We're going to play this. Get on in there. That should be game. Alright, maybe we'll be able to take down Esper after all. I mean, Kai's Wrath now is still bad, but if they don't have it, they are dead. Isolated Chapel is the worst top deck for us. Oh, man. Brutal. Even Godless Shrine would have been fine. At least we can trigger Spectacle here. Pay 2 life. We will do this. And another Tith Taker. Another Kai's Wrath is brutal, but they kind of need it. But they could easily have it with missing land drops like that. Now Direfleet Daredevil wouldn't be the worst draw. We get to Chemister's Insight. That would be sweet. Yep. All right, Aurelia off the top for the win. Ajani. It's pretty good. Okay. Ajani's pretty solid. Now, what do we want to get back is the real question. Probably a taker. Now our opponent really has to deal with a lot of tough things here. Plus we have a way to deal with Teferi. Not super relevant, but now Kaya's Wrath does not keep them alive anymore, which is relevant. So I don't think, I mean, Contempt is great, but even if they have a Contempt, we can destroy it in response. So this, I don't think there's a card they could have. Cry, I guess. Cry of the Crinarium or whatever. That would be, that would save him. Boom! Okay, alright. Winning game 1 is huge because this is the game where we have a bunch of dead removal and we just luckily did not draw it. Don't like Lyra. We just played this matchup, so I think we're going to do it pretty similar. I didn't feel too disadvantaged last time. It was just, we just got pretty unlucky there at the end, but now it's time for our redemption. Alright. Come on, let's beat the boogeyman here at the end. This would be great. Let's beat the boogeyman. The reason I think this matchup is so hard is because all of our stuff is at sorcery speed. The only thing that's really evasive is the TTs, the Tithe Takers. And other than, I mean, Midnight Reapers post board definitely help. Not having 4 lava coils in the main is a serious advantage for us. So I think post board we're probably very close, but they're still probably a little favored, but not by a ton. Do have double duress. Just too much of a fail rate if we don't draw any lands. Alright, well, I think we'll bottom that, be a little greedy here. Try to mediate the flood a little bit. We're probably going to play this and discard some land anyways. Okay. I don't know what I want to discard. Probably just a chapel. Alright. Didn't get punished. Sure. No land? Oh my god, we might be able to get there? We have to go 3, 4 into 5? Oh, we haven't seen this animation yet on this dropping bombs. Yep. Even if our opponent's not playing land, if they're dealing with all our threats, then we're still probably in trouble. Okay. We'll play this first. Rather play the tougher to deal with card, and that might let our Angrath resolve next turn. Yeah, getting him to start discarding seems great. So they could have a negate now, I guess. We did just beat him with creatures, though. It's hard to think they would actually have it, but maybe we should just be trying to get this into play first. I think I'm going to take 2 just in case they have Syncopate. Try to get aggressive, hope they deal with the board, and then stick Angrath when they're kind of out of resources. Yeah, it's pretty needed Kaya's Wrath turn, so now we get to stick Angrath and they have to deal with that. But a contempt, they're 1 contempt away from that being quite bad for us, so I don't feel great about this. Ooh. That's pretty good. Could play that to get aggressive first. Nah, we'll get Angrath. Angrath is just pretty disgusting if it goes unchecked. Planeswalkers! It throws a torch at him? That's pretty cool. Alright. We got the Bedevil, or is it Bedevil? Bedevil? I'm not sure. But we got this for Teferi, so that's nice. If they go to tuck it, then we get to kill Teferi. And if they do that, then we probably just Bedevil here. Alright. Having absorb mana open is pretty obnoxious. Probably gonna absorb whatever we want to cast. Could just stop them in their upkeep and try to bedevil then. I think that seems reasonable, actually. Tap them out a little bit on their turn. We'll try it. Boom. That worked out nicely. I don't think they had it anyways, but still what I wanted to resolve, so. This is ticking up. It's getting close. Lose life equal to the number of cards in the graveyard? Yeah, that would be a nice little lava axe +1 to each of us. Oh, just opponent. Okay, sweet. Alright, 2 great plays in hand, though. So I feel pretty good about this. They have to. Our board is already pretty threatening. Ooh, another one.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
Alright, well, now this one, it gets to be a little bit more problemsome because we don't really have an answer for it. Probably just play the scales next turn, though. Alright, discard.
No fire, no steel.
Okay. See if this resolves. Okay. I think we're just going for the face at this point. Untapping with Teferi is a terrifying thing, though. I'm sure they're saying the same thing about Angrath. Okay. There goes Angrath.
It's much more malleable than people think.
Hostage taker. Oh no. Can they cast it too? I don't even know if it matters. Well, at least we get to for sure sneak this through. Alright, well, we have to do this just to deal with Teferi, and then back to square one.
Look how far you've come.
And then we'll figure out what we can do from there. But yeah, having to deal with our own... Oh wait, we might have Angrath. Yeah, 2 cards away, so that's not bad. We can Angrath away our scale. That doesn't work like that. Well, it would for lethal. Ooh. Yeah, actually, I think we can lethal next turn. So we can... use this to get Angrath this turn. I think that just has to be the play.
Return to the
Angrath. Don't have absorb. Okay, thank you.
never seen war.
No.
You will.
I think we just probably hit their hand.
No fire, no steel.
Alright, no attackers. Yeah, because if we stole Seraph of the Scales, then we only get to attack for 6. They go to 1, and then they can pretty much gain control of this game. Which is scary. But now they have to really choose to attack Planeswalkers here. Like, the Vigilance ability here is quite lame. Why did we play such a good card so our opponent could steal it? Yup. If this just attacks Angrath, we're gonna let that happen. If they both attack Angrath, then it's a different story. I think Hostage Taker actually has to get in there. Because if it doesn't, I just pump a Johnny. Yeah, we're just going to let that happen. Planeswalkers are at 1.
Nothing but slag when I'm done.
Tezzeret. What does this even do?
I have
Create a 1/1.
Lord Doom. This will keep an eye.
Okay. It's a little annoying. Really could have used something there. Discard, even though I know you can't.
No fire, no steel.
Pump these. Won't be able to attack. So really an irrelevant, except it puts another flyer into play. Yeah, we can attack. Got a battle on our hands. Planeswalker fight. Now it comes down to we're getting to the point where we just have to protect Angrath and win the game. But ticking up to get a Thopter is annoying. Gets rid of Search. That's a powerful play. But yeah, like a Mortify on the Spirit where they can just kill stuff at will is pretty terrifying. Vigilance. I think we have to block it this time. I would like to protect it. Those should be my tokens.
It is the ideal subordinate.
It's a lot of flyers. We'll duress. Try to get both cards. Ugh. Lame. Really lame. Pump this. We'll attack them. Now at least they have to lose. Not enough to kill Angrath, unfortunately. Oh, I think we're going to lose this game now. It slipped away. Dang it. Yeah, that Bell Hunt was good. Still got a lethal attacker here, so they can't get too carried away. But yeah, Tezzeret. Tezzeret was a good draw too. Yeah, we just, yeah. Well, it's not the worst. Johnny doesn't die, so yeah, I guess our opponent can just chump block forever here. We need something. That is something, technically.
Deliver us to victory.
Gotta hate Esper Control so very much. I really do. From these type of decks. When I play something unfair like Nexus or something, then it feels awesome. Just don't know what we can draw from here. Our deck does not have late game draws very well compared to Esper. Okay. Alright, yep. Our opponent's getting aggressive.
I made you a gift.
Dual shot for the win? Angrath is a nice one. Not nice enough, though, it looks like. See if it even resolves. If it gets absorbed or anything, we're just dead.
Please run. A chase stokes the forge. No fire, no steam.
Mortify? Discards a Mortify? Oh my god, we're dead. Yeah, we can't possibly win. Unfortunate. Dang. Can't believe that slipped away from us. Alright, on the play, since our opponent does have much more creatures, we are going to take out a couple duress. And, yeah, still leaving a couple, but leaving this premium removal spell. Gotta deal with Hostage Taker. Hostage Taker is just such a problem, and they rightfully brought it in. Hostage Taker won them that game, taking our scales. Yep. Taking the scales was just too much of a beating. Who would have guessed taking our card that we need to live? It's gonna be bad for us, right? Wild. Alright, I got faith in game 3, though. Let's just have a nice opening hand, end this dropping bombs on a high note, and we'll be feeling good. We'll be feeling real good about Mardu Angels. And I'll take this time since we're loading everything here. If you all haven't checked out, I am a regular streamer now over at Twitch. Check me out at CoreyB_MTG. I play a ton of Magic, and we have a lot of fun. So check that out, okay? We're going to start. Ooh, yeah. This is a good one. The Taker into Midnight Reaper into Ajani. Just need one land. I'm all about this. I am all about this. The creature plan is pretty interesting. Okay, TT. Search does not matter right now, that's for sure. We'll get the Midnight Reaper going. It's a good card. Two very good cards against control here. They're both very... The right word for them is just pesky. They're both very pesky. Windmill like a duress or something. Oh. Oh, no. What a blowout. I guess we could have played Resplendent Angel to not get blown out to that. Oh. That is brutal. Jeez. This is the pesky answer. If you have pesky creatures that need answering, bring in Cry of the Carnarium. Youch. Oh my. I guess we discard Daredevil we don't really want right now. Well, that's a tilt, everybody. That is a tilt. Wow. That was a beating. That was an absolute beating. It's not completely over yet, but it kind of feels like it. We can still beat these if we can draw land. Our opponent missed a land drop as well, so that means their hand is either gas or more than likely just gas. Yeah, land 2 turns ago, I think we would have been fine. Really? Interesting. Alright. If we still get a land, we might be okay with Aurelia here. Jeez. We have not drawn well with this deck, I have to say. And we can't beat a Teferi if they have that. We can't really beat a Contempt. Yeah, we can't beat the Contempt. Yeah, if they get a land and go Teferi, we're just dead. Yep. If it's not land Teferi, weird. Oh, that is a guild gate. Okay. Come on! Come on! What a tilt. What a tilt. Yeah, they can just Teferi bounce this. We're dead. Oh, things did not go our way with that match. Holy. Well, we're supposed to be able to, you know, I mean, Esper is a bad matchup, but we were definitely live. Both of the times we lost, we just really flooded out the first match. And then we played, you know, I mean, realistically, though, we did play the Resplendent Angel and the Midnight Reaper in the wrong order. We didn't see Cry before that, so it was hard to play around it, even though most lists are playing it. So, honestly, I think that's a learning lesson right there. If we played Resplendent Angel, that turn 3 would have been very awkward for them, and they still probably would have cast it. And then we would have played Midnight Reaper and maybe won the game. So, maybe this one's on us, y'all. So, sorry about that. That might have been a misplay that cost us our 3-2. Instead, we're stuck with the 2-3. But the deck has power. We played against Esper 3 times. You know, I mean, what can you do? We didn't get to play against any of the matchups we'd really like to play, like White Weenie. Even Sultai seems pretty solid. And then we did play Mono Blue, which is what we want to play. But stick around, everybody, for the deck tech. And welcome to the deck tech, everybody. Okay, so Mardu Angels. Why are we playing it? Okay, so this is a very popular strategy that was around basically at the start of last format. At GP New Jersey, Brad, along with a bunch of other people, played a red-white just mythic deck. Just every single good mythic card, get them in there, and then just every card is a must-answer threat. This is what this is. And it has problems. It cannot beat Control, which we even saw in the finals of that GP way back when. It just cannot beat Control, and we faced it a couple times, so it didn't seem as good as I think this deck deserves. I've played this a decent chunk, and I have just been crushing when I play against these aggro decks. It feels so good. Just Lyra in general is a card that some decks just fold to. You just cannot win with mono white unless you have the answer immediately. Same with mono red unless you have like the double burn spell right away. It just becomes so hard to deal with. Along with all of these threats just being very tricky, tough ones to deal with. The new addition of Tithe Taker here just really puts Control on a back foot and kind of gives you a chance to win. I think there's a solid chance that this should just be a 4 of. While we get to play like the best removal spells in the format here, no Contempts, even though that is probably the best one. It's just not quite needed when you can play Bedevil. We'll go through the spells here. We have 3 great 2-drops here. The Reveler is really good early on trying to smooth out your land drops. We had some troubles hitting our 4th land drop in these matches, and whenever I hit my 4th land drop and started playing my spells, it felt very good. So this is a good card to smooth you out there. I really enjoy it. And then we have the Angel package. It is Mardu Angels here, so they have some synergies together, along with all of them just being very good threats on their own. Aside from that, our removal package is Lava Coil and Bedevil, which I think are just 2 of the best removal spells in the game. And then Ajani it really gives us that extra element where we can maybe bring back a Daredevil and then have all our mana up to maybe cast their Contempt or, you know, their draw spell, their Chemist's Insight. Anything like that really gives us a lot of reach. We'll move to the sideboard here. Make sure I'm not covering it here. Okay, so we'll move to the sideboard here. We got 4 Duress, kind of a staple when it comes to this deck. We need to have a way to fight against these Control decks, and Duress is kind of the best thing we got right now. 2 Shivan Fires, really good against these mono blue decks, mono white, anything aggressive here. Midnight Reaper, another card that is just great against Control. Not too good against Cryocranarium, which some decks have been playing these days. Kind of got us pretty good in that last round. Deafening Clarion, a phenomenal magic card at dealing with these white weenie strategies, along with other green decks it's pretty good against as well. And then Angrath. Angrath is phenomenal at Control. Plus, it's really good in these gate decks. Stealing a Colossus, something like that. Taking something big really is usually just enough to win the game on the spot. Overall, though, I think this deck is very good. I think it's got to be a metagame call, right? Like, if you're expecting a lot of Control, you're expecting a lot of gates, or even a lot of Nexus, this isn't really your thing. But if you're expecting creatures, this is exactly where you want to be. It's a very powerful strategy that really takes advantage of decks that are trying to be linear and aggressive. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. As you're watching this now, tomorrow is the Mythic Championship Cleveland, which I will be in attendance. Might be playing this. I can't spoil my deck here, but it's going to be exciting. I hope you all tune in. Hopefully I get to come back and do a victory dropping Baums. We'll see if this see if this end of the video deck tech ages well or if it does not. We will see you all next week for some more dropping bombs action. See you later.